guys! So I haven't done a formal video in like a while and stuff like that, but this is actually a video about back to school. I know some of you guys are probably not excited to go back to school. Um, I don't go back till September 4th, and that's my college because I'm already graduating. I'm already graduating. I already graduated from high school, so I am now going to be a freshman in college. Um, and just so you guys know, I am actually going. On the thing is, I'm going as undecided, but I am going into nursing and writing and that sort of stuff. So, I'm actually here to start my back to school series. I know last year I tried to do my back to school series, and I never really completed it, and it was like a couple weeks. So now I'm doing the month before school should start for most of you. College, that's a whole nother story. I will probably do like a college edition with back to school supplies and everything, but I haven't even gone back to school supply shopping. Like, I have to buy my books still. I have to do that now. But today is August 2nd. Second, yeah, that totally counts. Second. So I just wanted to start doing some little things, some tips and tricks and stuff from basically what I experienced. So this is more towards people who are in high school or in elementary, well, I guess, but like middle school. So middle school and high school. But basically today we are just going to talk about some tips for people who may be entering high school in the fall, or if you're a sophomore, a junior, or a senior. So let's get started. I probably tried to do this last year. I don't remember, but I'm doing it again anyway. So freshman year. I'm going to start off with freshman year because I think that that is probably the toughest thing. Out of all the years, that's your toughest year. I mean, not toughest year, but the toughest to get into because you are new, and it's a completely new environment for you because it's a bigger school probably, and you're learning a lot of different things. So basically, freshmen, the first tip that I have for you is if you are going into a new school and you're scared basically of getting lost and stuff, just remember to carry a map. Most likely during orientation, for freshman orientation, whenever the heck that is, um, you should already be getting some sort of map of the school. Now, it's okay if you're a freshman the first week, for you to be a little bit late to your classes, because it's understandable. Overall, my like teachers understand. Teachers understand that you're new, you might not know your way around, and things like that happen. It's okay. It's the first week of school, that's perfectly fine. Afterwards, you might want to make sure that you're on time because there's a certain level to certain teachers before they count you're late. So that is one tip, that just to make sure that you know your way around. So just practice. Like, it's just when you have your map and you get your schedule, just map out. For me, what I did was I kind of mapped out my way to know where I was going and when to go to my lockers. That's a huge, 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 huge tip. Make sure you plan when in between classes you're going to your lockers, because sometimes you may have classes that are way too far away from each other. Like, let's say you have English first period and you're on one end of the school, and then you have like science and on another completely different end of the school. You can't, and your locker's like upstairs or something. You might not be able to have time to go and get your books. So make sure that you plan ahead to grab like a couple books or whatever your books you need for first couple classes, and then plan maybe 2 or 3 times a day you may go to your locker. Some people who carry totes might just carry all your books. That's what I did basically. I only probably went to my locker like once or twice throughout um, my high school experience. I've learned to kind of work with my schedule with where I was going every single time. Another thing that I know you guys are going to probably be told a million times at orientation and probably a million times after that, um, is to get involved. And I know people are like, get involved. I still have, trust me, you want to get involved. And when they say get involved, it's for the reason being that it's going to help your transcript so much. Like, when you guys apply to colleges or look at colleges, whatever, starting like junior, senior year, your transcript is going to include all that stuff. And even when you get when you get your recommendation, teacher recommendations, they want to see what clubs you've joined or what things you're active with. And it helps you seem like an all around rounded person so that colleges will say, oh, she knows how to, keep great grades or he, whatever, great grades with like a bunch of things she's doing, like basketball or something like that. So that is very important. I know you're going to get like a billion times, but that is like the big thing to get involved. I think that's one of the biggest things for a freshman to get involved from the beginning because you're going to end up getting really busy throughout the next 3 years. So it's very important you start getting involved, whether you even be in one activity, because most likely your school should have a lot of different activities, and if they don't really have an activity you like, I know my school, you could petition something and have a bunch of people, a certain amount of people sign it, and then you'll actually be able to get a club, which is awesome. But I don't know, talk about it with your school, with your student council. They're really helpful. um, so yeah, basically that's my major tip is to make sure that you're not you shouldn't be nervous on your first day. I mean, you can make a lot of friends. And another thing about joining clubs and groups is that you meet a lot of different people that like the same things as you do. So in that way, you're going to actually be able to make great friends. So I highly recommend you guys do that. I didn't my freshman year. And it's part of my regrets of high school, but what can you do? It's the past. All right, sophomore year. Sophomore year is what people consider very, very important. The reason why people say it's very, very important is because this is when you are supposed to be taking the PSATs or whatever the heck you're taking. Most likely, it's some kind of SAT. And you're also getting ready for some test, whether it be like a GED, sorry, or something that will like you have to take to pass high school. Like that's a requirement. So you definitely want to make sure that you get all your courses in and you also study. Like there are groups that are going to help you like really study well and actually help make you pass. But I highly recommend you start practicing for it, taking things online, taking a look at SAT stuff online and all that stuff. And again, stay involved. You want to make sure that your priorities are staying still for that. You want to take those practice SATs and you want to like buy a bunch of books for SATs and study them because junior year you're going to end up starting to do that and you don't want to worry too much about it. I also recommend sophomores that you start looking into some, some colleges. Um, I mean, it's not a huge priority as a sophomore, but this is when you want to start looking into the reality that you need to start looking at some colleges and just get an idea of what you want to do because a lot of people basically don't know what they're going to do by the end of high school. So yeah, that's what basically sophomores. That's how I see it. Sophomores, juniors, juniors. This is probably going to be the most stressful year for you. Like junior year is going to be the most stressful year. The reason why I say this is because you are doing a bunch of stuff. You are probably thinking about prom, or you're thinking about homecoming, or you're thinking about all this fun stuff, but you're also having a lot of stressful stuff. This is when you basically it's you got to take the test probably to pass your school, and this is going by my school standards, or you got to do the SATs. And my guidance counselors say you have to take about three times, and after that, you need to like really study for them because some colleges don't look at your SATs. Some do. It really varies, and you have to like focus. You have to really look into the colleges and see what their requirements are for SATs and study, study, study. Get a tutor. Talk to a lot of your teachers, like math and English, all that. Most schools are not going to count critical reading, is it? Or not critical reading, critical writing, whatever it is, writing. They're most likely not going to count writing. So I'm not saying flunk writing, but I'm saying do pretty well in it, like at least get allowed a 500 something. But overall, you should worry mostly about your math and your reading or your critical reading. So I highly recommend you guys just go out, buy books, study them, and just talk to your teachers. They know what they're doing, what's usually on the SATs, and they'll help you. And it is costly, by the way. So um, just make sure you're involved and you make sure you're studying because junior year is going to get crazy and guidance counselors are going to basically, you know, ask you what you want to do, and they're going to start helping you with like teacher recommendations that they're going to actually send to colleges along with your transcript. Okay, for senior year, this is going to be the most fastest year of your entire high school career. I know my high school career was so fast. And the reason why I say that is because it does go by fast. I thought that it was going to go by so slow. I didn't believe everyone when they said it was going to go by fast, and it did. It really did. And basically, senior year, you do not have too much to worry about other than college and getting ready for college and basically passing all your classes because you still need to pass them in order to graduate and make sure that everything, all your requirements for graduation is completed. And make sure your clubs and all the extracurricular activities are all good for your transcript and stuff. And basically, what the guidance counselors are going to ask you is, what are you going to do in your future? Are you going to college? And there are so many things people can do. You could end up not going, okay. You're going to end up not going to college, maybe. You might stay home and you might end up going to military or whatever, the army. There are so many different things that you can choose, and they're going to be asking you that. And you have to know like some kind of idea. Even if you don't know what you're going to be in the future, at least have an idea of where you might be going. So even if it's community college or something like that. So make sure that you get your teacher recommendations written up and everything, and make sure your GPA is good. And it overall throughout the year it goes by fast because you have a lot of fun stuff going on. You got your prom, you got your senior trip, you have homecoming is big for seniors. You have all this fun stuff, and also this is a major tip. Seniors don't get senioritis. That is the biggest mistake you can make. I mean, even if you did so well your past 3 years of high school, colleges still look at your seniors like report card. They will see if you did bad or if you did good, and I definitely don't recommend you flunking each class. Um, basically, take it seriously. I mean, it's okay to have a little bit of senioritis every once in a while, but it's not okay to have it all the time. I know that was my problem. After midterms, it was like senioritis kicked in full speed because I was like, I'm done. But don't let that happen to you because before you know it, it's not gonna be good for you. And colleges can take back your enrollment. Like they'll say, they like say, oh, your admission. That's what I meant. They'll like, oh, we don't want you anymore because they'll look at your grades and they'll see that it's not that good. I wouldn't want someone like that in my college institution. So I highly recommend that you guys stay away from senioritis. That is the biggest problem is senioritis. I mean, it's okay to have it probably like the last couple weeks of school because that's understandable. But don't have it all year. It's gonna ruin you. And study hard and just make sure you. Oh, major tip. Two major tips for you people going to college. Make sure that you apply early. So if they have an early decision date, go and apply it because colleges they have a limited number of space. They were probably going to go off by race, which is why they ask you what race you are. They'll have a limited number of whites. They'll have a limited number of Asians, blacks, Latinos. They're gonna have that kind of ratio. They want like a perfect ratio in the colleges. So make sure you apply really early, as early as you can, and make sure you get like college essays done and all that stuff because it's going to be so much easier to get everything done way beforehand because all that stress is relieved out of you. Same thing when you do scholarships. When you do a scholarship, make sure you do it ahead of time. There are so many scholarships out there that you can apply for. You can go, I believe it's scholarships.com or something, and you can find a bunch of scholarships for almost anything. All you have to do is apply. And when you apply, you're in it. If you're in it, you can win it. It's better than not, being in it at all. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this really long um high school tips for each grade. I really hope you guys can take something out of this. If you guys need any help or if you guys have any questions, just let me know. And if you have any requests for high school videos, whether, I don't know, some high school, I could do like back to school hair, I could do back to school makeup, like everyday makeup for school, clothing shopping, I don't know. I'm just kind of rambling off here. So let me know and I'll talk to you guys in a later video. Bye!